And welcome back to Scav Talk, everyone. Today's episode, we're going to be discussing Tarkov 1.0, the wipe. Specifically, at the end of the podcast, we're going to talk about a little bit of spoiler territories. Someone and others have finally escaped from Tarkov. Or have they? We'll be doing a news recap, BSG and Nikita, information teasers, a little trolling, Tarkov rants, random bits from the wipe, and then maybe if we got time at the end, I'll talk about a Halo mod showcase I saw the other day.
Excellent. So as we get into it all, I guess we should just start with so we'll do the story with stuff kind of towards the end, just so that we don't have any spoilers. It's easy for people to turn off if they don't want to hear anything about it. So we'll just go through some of the more factual things to start with, and the regular wipe stuff to begin with. We've got a couple of sort of balancing changes which you can just run through quickly, posted by Mr. Logical himself. We had some map duration changes. Lighthouse has gone from 35 to 40 minutes. Shoreline from 40 to 45, interchange from 35 to 40. And it just happens server side. So when you load into a raid, you just suddenly have longer in there. I think BSG usually tweak these. This is kind of their ideal map lengths, which I think are as they are now. But they sometimes tweak them lower when there's a lot of demand to allow the servers to circulate a bit more quickly. Remember, they've definitely done this in the past. So I guess with the player base kind of dropping after the first 2 weeks, things are a bit more stable. We can see that things are better, certainly, than they were in the first couple of days, and things are a lot more stable now. I mean, we've still had hiccups and issues here and there where stuff's gone down, or the servers are having real problems. I had one the other day, which is just like really ropey server, and I got in, and then I just couldn't really move from where I was. I was just rubber banding just continuously back to where I was standing, and I was making. It was a proper 3 steps forwards, 2 steps backwards kind of thing. I'd run to the truck, and then I'd be a third of the way, and then I'd run to the truck, and it'd be 2/3 of the way, and I was oh, this is awful. And I eventually got DC'd, and then came back in, and then it seemed to be okay, because normally it doesn't let you back in, but it did actually let me back in. But I had the spinning circle the entire raid in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. I was like, oh man, we're just gonna get out. I don't want to fight any players or any bosses or anything like this. I'm just gonna sneak around the edge and just try to extract, because this is just not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've definitely had some technical hiccups. There was one this morning, which actually isn't a BSG thing. We've had this a few times now, which is the Cloudflare having some problem, and they are responsible for lots of things.
Yes.
Ironically, Down Detector as well. So you tried to get on Down Detector, and that had a Cloudflare
Oh,
error,
that's so funny.
Which is pretty funny. But I think VSG uses them for the part of the back end system for login server. So if you're in raid, you're fine. But I couldn't log in. I was going to do a video this morning, and I couldn't log in. And I was like, I wonder why. And people were like, yo, is the thing's broken? It's just couldn't get into the game. But it's been a bit better. It's been a bit better over the past week than it was over the first week, even though there are still some issues. There's still a lot of rubber banding. The other factual change that's been made, and this honestly doesn't really make any difference at all, is the M61 craft, which comes after Wet Job 6, I think. You have to get 7 Bolty skill or something. That one has been replaced with M80A1. But M80A1 and M61's stats have also been switched. So it makes no practical difference at all. I think IRL M61 is higher pen. It's a higher penning bullet than M80A1. M80A1 when it came in was higher than M61. So they've literally just swapped them. They've just done an identity swap. So the craft is now M80A1, but it's got the same stats that M61 used to have.
Okay.
So it's the weaker of the two, I think. I think it's 55 pen M80A1 now.
4+ years of memory and information just have to be now erased for the sake of realism. Got it. Love it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's 75 damage and 55 pen, which to be crafted in the workbench is still pretty insane. I'm still not sure if this craft should be there. M61 now has the 60 pen and the 73 damage. But unless you're wearing class 6, it doesn't matter at all. It's just going to go straight through it anyway. So it's the armor negating bullet pretty much in general. And you can put it in the 762 MDR, so hooray!
I really thought they were going to do the thing they did with Arena and have a special bolt action only round,
Yeah.
I'm surprised
they might bring them to the base game at some point. I don't know, maybe. I'm quite glad that they haven't done it, honestly. I feel like M61 maybe could be limited. I don't know. It's probably because realism in the base game, they're just we want it to be realistic. We don't have this class-based approach. I think in Arena the bolty ones are kind of necessary because you can't really use them otherwise.
Yeah.
In the base game, I mean, having the one, I mean, I think it would be really toxic. I just genuinely think it would be really, really toxic to have the one tapper, the one tapper Mosin. It'd be Mosin Man all
Well,
over again.
I should clarify. I was gonna say you just do like you take the best in slot. Like basically it's the
From the
craft.
base game, yeah. You don't add a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do
it's
like
like the
M61
craft.
and make
Like
that, or M993 and make that
yeah, because like once I get to workbench 3, assuming I do, I don't know. Like I'm just gonna do that craft over and over and over again, right? I mean, who's not gonna do that?
yeah.
I don't know. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. But maybe it's we'll see.
hmm so it doesn't really make much difference. And then yeah, they've changed so the labyrinth. So there's quite a few people who are playing labyrinth this wipe. If you do the quest line, you can get access to the keys and you can go in.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the changes they've made to XP, lots of people are using labyrinth as a way to actually get the XP that you need. Because I think to prestige, so I think to get Kappa, I think you need 45 because the last quest is Intimidator. The crisis has been moved lower. So I think Intimidator is now the final quest that you need for Kappa in terms of the highest level requirement. But to get prestige, you still need level 55. And level 55 is a lot harder to get now than it was last wipe in terms of XP. So people are using Labyrinth to farm it. Now, weirdly, the Labyrinth raid time was changed from 30 minutes to 90 minutes. So you can be in Labyrinth for like an hour and a half if you want. I mean, the map's not that big, but like that's kind of crazy. But I've heard quite a lot of people complaining about Labyrinth being that if you go there as a solo, it's just basically impossible because people are just like farming the map either for money or for XP or both, just as like, 4-man teams or even just as 5-mans. Obviously, you won't get in as a solo into a 5-man, but 4-man teams in there, you're just not going to win, right? Like four
Yeah.
people who are all obviously decent players because they're all in Labyrinth. Everyone needs to bring a key, and they're all like geared up, and you're a solo of kind of like any skill level, unless you're like actually, like properly cracked. You're just going to lose. So I've heard, some people complaining about Labyrinth. I mean, I think I said ages ago that it probably should be like duos max or something. It'd be quite interesting if it was all just you got split up into your own individual raids. But I don't know. But anyway, so you can spend an hour and a half in there now for some reason. And people were speculating as to whether that was actually a bug. Like, did they mean to make it an hour and a half? Like, it's weird. It'd be like making Factory an hour and a half. It's like
Mm-hmm.
really, really odd. Labyrinth really isn't that big. So I think that's most of the actual changes. Nikita and the team have been pretty vocal out on social media, mainly about the escaping stuff, which, as I said, we'll talk about later. We've been hotly anticipating the snow to come to the game because it is December now and we still don't have the snow. And there was a big patch the other day with some downtime, which was related to the escaping stuff. It turns out, and people were speculating like, oh, maybe they're adding the snow, but it's not here. So I think that's definitely coming later. Nikita posted out on Twitter yesterday saying snow approximately the 10th of December. So it'll be in about a week.
Okay.
So if you want to be camping in bushes, now's the time because you've only got 5 days left, and then all the leaves are going to go, baby. There's going to be makes it harder to insurance fraud. It's hard to rat in a bush, all of that. It's the visibility season in
Yeah.
December. I love it.
It's been a
Love it.
while.
All
I
of
played a
the
Snow White.
brown and grey and black PMCs running around on a white background. It's just like,
Ah, yeah.
oh, the contrast.
Yeah.
So good. The weather, meanwhile, has been literally foggy every single day, it seems. There's very, very little
Mm-hmm.
clear weather right now. Lots of people on Shooterborn, Tarkov Shooter, all that kind of stuff are going, no, it's foggy every raid. It's like, what? This is so crazy. Again, I don't know if that's intentional, if it's just a seasonal thing. I think it's maybe a bit of both. I don't really know. So because that's basically what I'm doing at the moment.
I'm sure
What
they
was
got
this?
like
I just wrote.
a weather station that they're tuned into and changing the monitoring the weather in Northern's region. Don't they have didn't they say they have something like that? Like they try to keep it.
Yeah. At one point, it was to do with the weather in their region, like around the office, I
Right.
think, at one stage. But they had to change it because it was just like overcast and raining
I
all
think I
the
remember that.
time.
Yeah, and people were like complaining, like, "Can you please lower
Yeah.
the rain volume?" And like, we've already lowered it 10 times already. It's like it's not. It's like the plane. Remember the airdrops? Like they're
Oh my
actually
goodness.
so good right now where they're at. Like
Hmm.
They're loud enough that like it's loud. You know what I mean? But they're not loud to the point where it's like I can't hear anything, and like it's giving me minor ear bleeding.
You remember that event as well that they did, where it was just airdrops continuously throughout the whole raid, and everyone's just like, have to play with your headset off slightly, just like, oh
Yeah,
goodness,
yeah.
just crazy, just crazy. So, we've got a few other pictures been posted recently. Nikita's posted up some kind of club DJ set thing. I don't know where this is supposed to be from. I'm not no clue, to be honest. It's just like he's been posting all sorts of random stuff, and then there's a really good post from Sergey, who's one of their like lead game designers, and he put up, "Attention, new players! There's a hidden loot room on Ground Zero. Go check it out. Source, trust me, bro. I work here." And it's like, yeah, that's the club one from Nikita from before, and yeah, he's posted up the Claymore room without the Claymore in it, obviously. But it's just like, I mean, no one's gonna fall for this for sure. Like new players aren't even gonna see it. It's just. But look at all the stuff they put on the table. Like it's just,
Yeah, I know. That's really good. There's
they
like
just
a
like mocked it up.
stacks of labs cards, colored ones, big stacks of bitcoins, golden statue, GPU, night vision, grenade, golden skull, like everything a looter could imagine. The
Yeah.
caption is just
Somebody in
like,
the
"There's a hidden loot room on Ground Zero. Go check it out."
somebody in the comments was just like, I fell for this the first time someone brought it up. Whoever decided to put the claymores, the mines, and the snipers around the map hates people.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And then we've had a huge flurry of codes over the last week. There's just been codes, like it seems like every hour. This was the one that made me laugh in particular, the Serverman one. It's after the servers went down for a bit. And the Serverman promo code with some crucial tools for fixing the servers. It's like a long screwdriver, a can of energy drink, 4 sticks of RAM, a PSU, and then a Vaseline.
Yeah, I mean, accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Crucial tools for fixing servers. I love it. I love it. They do make me laugh.
I saw a video
Um,
on Twitter or something the other day, and someone was like, due to the increased prices of RAMs, because I don't know the things in the real world economy, they're like, we should start sharing our RAMs with friends, and then just show them breaking their RAM stick in half, and then putting it half of it into a motherboard. It's like, oh my god, you monster!
yeah. Now the RAM situation is actually really insane. Like, because I was like, mulling over upgrading my PC before 1.0, and I was like, maybe I should do it, But I kind of just was lazy and or didn't bother, and was sort of busy, and I don't really have any good excuse. I just didn't really want to do it because I don't really like building. I build PCs, but I don't really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
no, I
not.
get you.
I'm not a like PC fiddler. There's people who like they're not even going to use it. They just like tinkering. But I'm like I'm very pragmatic about it. I'd rather it just exist in a working state. Like inevitably, that's the thing. The best case outcome for me is just like a flat 0 of it works as I expect, right? And then anything other than that is just bad. So I'm just like, I just don't get much joy from it. So I was just like, yeah, well, whatever. I'll do it at some point, blah, blah, blah. And then just like, lo and behold, 3 months later, it's like, oh, RAM's quadrupled in price. Like, hooray! Oh no. So now, doing what I need to do, which is RAM, motherboard, CPU. That's now really, really, really expensive. I think RAM's gone. It depends what you buy, but like roughly, it's gone from what £80 to £90. I think for what I would be getting up to like 400 or something crazy. So it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross right now. Yes. Anything else Tarkov related that was kind of updatey or anything like that you saw?
I mean, not real. There was one thing that I'm not sure if it's a bug or what, like a server bug on my end, but I was trying to push for like level 14, level 15 to get, flea market obviously for level 15, and then 14 for like traders. You also get some traders on level 15 as well. But I know I was doing the thing where like you buy an item from like a trader and you sell it back to them. Like Skier, I was buying like shotguns and just selling them back to them. Get you kind of like double dip in a way in money spent. Maybe not the most economical, but it's like just a quick and easy way to do it. And
Yeah.
I noticed, even though the requirement was like 1.2 mil, once I got to like 800K or so, there was new items in his like catalog, right? But I didn't have the level 2 tab available. So, and if I clicked on the level 1 tab, it would only show me level 1 items, but if had the general one, it would show them all. And part of me was like, okay, well maybe like, is this because I feel like the progression this time around for 1.0, because mind you, I didn't play in the previous wipe, the like hardcore softcore wipe. Feels like
Yeah.
things were a lot slower early on. Maybe that's just because I didn't hit the ground running as much. You know what I mean? Like it took me a
In
while
what
to kind
sense?
of, in the sense like it took me a while to kind of like get into the Tarkov groove. Like I would play a couple of
Mm.
raids, die a couple of times, and be like, I'm not really into it. And whereas now I'm like Tarkov resilience has grown. I still get like triggered at the Tarkovisms and the Tarkov jank, but it's not enough to. I'm still gonna like kiss Jaeger's boot. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
whatever he asks me to do. I just as a quick aside, it is kind of amazing to me playing Tarkov and then having played like Arc Raiders recently. How because we talked about Arc Raiders and how amazing that game is, and some of our gripes, like my gripe being like the progression. I just don't know if it's for me, but I also just think it's a little like Tarkov brain taking over. But
Mm.
anyways, and whereas like in contrast to here, if Arc Raiders has like a really solid gameplay loop experience, like it feels very, I wouldn't say like casual, because I think casual really like strips away of what it is, but it's like feels very like sensible. I think it's like a good way of putting it. It's like I press M to open my
Yeah.
map. I can ping things, which is nice. It's just there's like I don't know, and it feels good fighting the bots. Whereas like Tarkov's got like a lot of like Tarkovisms and jank you have to like get around, but like, and maybe part of that adds to it, but like doing the task feels so much better because it's like I got .2 rep for Jaeger, and that's gonna get me incrementally closer to like level 2 Jaeger, and like that's gonna give me so much more because you have like nothing at the start, like actually
Yeah.
nothing. Like oh my god, like Peacekeeper's like, you want an M16 for $300? I'm like, well, I guess you can have 1/3 of my net worth. Sure, okay. For a crappy like burst, which I've been using the M16. It's not good. It's not good, but I mean, it's an M16. Like, come on, this thing's like kind of iconic. I gotta, me, I gotta like use the goofy stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
um, I don't remember where I started with that, but yeah, there's just the quest progression feels so. It feels meaningful, even though it's like a lot of things, and it could be slow, but it feels like I'm actually moving towards something, and that's like really getting inside my little dopamine gamer brain and hitting the synapses real hard.
Yeah, I mean, the Tarkov just hits different, right? Like we all know this, it hits different. It's like doing the questing in Arc is fine,
Hmm.
but again, it feels like because Arc is good, like irrespective of the quests. I would say the quests are just kind of like they're just there. They're like most of they're not actually doing anything
Exactly.
that legendary
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
new system. It just exists. It's fine. It's no different really to the cycle or many of these other games
Hmm.
that came out and had quests in them. And I don't know. There's something about the fact that like we know the Tarkov quests and like they're kind of like the OG.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely so. There's two things to it, right? For me, the Tarkov quests we accept because they were the first set that we did like this. So
Right.
Tarkov gets a pass, and it's like, okay, we get these quests, and these are the ones. These are
Yeah.
the quests.
Yeah.
Anybody else who's tried to make a game and brought out other quests, it's like, well, they're not the Tarkov quests. It's other quests. It's these other people's quests.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
also because of the fact there's also like we hate them, right? But it's the reason why we like Tarkov is because sometimes we kind of hate the game, and it makes the
Very much
victory
so.
that much sweeter if the quest is like annoying and painful and there's like hardship and heartache and whatever. That's like half of what Tarkov is about. Whereas like with Ark, like I don't really remember any of the tasks so far. I didn't actually complete them all, but I don't remember any of them being that hard. Really, it's
Not
just like
really.
go to a
No.
place, do the thing. So you have like quests in Tarkov that are very iconic because of how like painful they are to you do have delivery from the past. For classic
Yes.
example where you have to go and do the thing on the one map and find the key, and once you've got the key, you unlock the door, and then you go and to take the thing out and bring it out, and then you've got to go to factory, and then you die, and then you have to do it again, and you have to do it again, and you have to go back to customs Big Red again and again, and it's just like it's notorious, right? And the same thing with
Yeah.
Pocket Watch. It's like that, the quests they're not good actually, but the journey that they take you on, they're very memorable, right? And there's something about that for
Mhm.
sure. It's like part of the time, and it's just I don't know. It's partly Tarkovism, it's partly the way it makes you feel about it, but like a lot of the quests are just like not very good, but it's just Tarkov has that first move advantage for sure about tolerance for those kind of things,
Yeah.
plus the fact that they make you feel something. And I think that combination is quite powerful.
Yeah. And I don't know, just the fact that you, like, start with nothing and then, like, you kinda get a lot once you hit 15, but then again, nowadays with this 1.0, it's because I so basically, I've essentially hit level 16, I think, and,
Mhm.
it feels really good hitting 14 and 15, and then you get the flea, and then, like, in your head, that feels really good, but, like, you can't do too much with it early on, and
It's quite limited now.
but it's weird because you can, like, buy meta parts, but not stocks. Stocks, that's a level 20 lock. However, those meta
That's forbidden.
handguards and barrels, like, I don't know, some of the stuff there is, like, confusing, but, like, okay, like, whatever, and, I don't know, it's just my inclination is to be like, "I hate it," but I'm trying to, just be open-minded, like, let's see how it goes. It just becomes,
Yeah.
like, kind of annoying. It's like, "Oh, I don't know. I almost would want it one way or the other." Whatever.
Or it's like closed or open for everybody at level
Almost, but
15.
then even then, I feel like if maybe it was more broader, like, like, instead of having these, like, tiers for, like, subcategories, just have, like, tiers for, like, the main categories. Like, okay, anything combat related, locked at level 25. You know what I mean? Anything loot
Yeah.
related, locked at level 20. Medical stuff and food, unlike a 15. Like, I don't know what, but something just a bit more broad because it's kind of annoying to keep a new, like, mental list of, like, what can and can't be bought and sold, and then, like, traders have stuff, so it's like you got I don't know, it just kinda makes it a bit it's different, and I don't like
I hear you.
change most of the time.
You know what? It does make it really annoying to make guides because once you're at the level, I think I talked about this last time. Once you're at the level, the requirement level goes away, so you can't see anymore whether it's level 30, 30, 25,
Mhm,
20. So it's actually a bit of a nightmare. I'm just like, what? And the wiki doesn't have it on it yet.
mhm.
It's the level of detail that they haven't gone through at this point. So I'm still sort of in a kind of I'm not sure about it kind of mode
Yeah.
where I just sort of rather than like thinking is this good, is this bad, I'm still sort of just in the like it is what it is kind of mode with it
Yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
No, I
More
get
than
that.
anything else, I'm just kind of like, okay, this is the new world, fine. I haven't decided fully yet whether I think I don't know. I still do think that no fleet for a month probably would have been better, but I think BSG made a decision to make it easier for everybody by putting in this system.
Mhm.
Um, and it's like it's sort of okay, I think, in some ways.
Yeah.
Usually there are exceptions, obviously, but usually these things that you can buy on the flea, it sort of coincides roughly with those levels on the traders, especially for like the high
Hmm.
level stuff. It's like, well, by the time you get access to it on the flea, like you already could buy it on the traders, so it kind of doesn't really matter because you already could have bought it there. I mean, it increases the supply, obviously, and like the circulation through the marketplace for high end stuff later. Um, but ultimately, I just like the game is what it is. It's just how they decided to do it for 1.0. So
Yeah. I feel like I need more data as I progress through it, but it's just a bit of a shock that I'm getting used to. It's like, okay, it's this as you said, this is how the world is now. I don't like
yeah.
change. Um, but, like, I'm trying to work with what I got.
The most annoying part is probably trying to do the hideout, and then you can't buy certain items
Yes.
until level
Yes.
25, 30, 35, and you're like, "Oh, I don't even need them fan in raid, but I just have to level up
But even
to
even
get to
that
the next bit."
that, but also like some like they did this halfies thing where it's like half of the items that can be found in raid, which is just like even more. It's like, oh, I can buy tools. Yes, I can get the elite pliers for the one. Like I'm missing one thing out of like 20, but no, it has to be found in raid. Oh, my bad. Okay, well, so glad I unlocked the ability to buy materials, tools, and such for the. I don't know. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like I actually feel like it's kind of okay. Like there's like one or
Hmm.
two key items per module that has to be found in raid. So you have to do some of the work and then the other bits you can buy. I feel
Yeah,
like it's okay.
yeah.
It's sort of like you got to find the one key item and then the stuff that's like en masse. It sort of removes the tedium a bit because you don't have
It
to
it
like
helps
target
offset
farm
it.
everything. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. But it's like there is some work to do. It's
No,
like I
you're
was
right.
trying to get Bitcoin one, and it's like rather than having to farm like 3 billion CPU funds, it's like well I have to do the PSUs, but everything else I can buy, so that's fine. I'll just you know grab those on a few scav runs, like 10 of those, and then I can buy everything else. Not a big deal.
Yeah, no, you're
I think
right.
it's okay. I think it's okay, but I mean, this stuff definitely could be better, but I think as a middle ground system in general, I think things are working like, or they're working adequately, and they're not like ruining the game. So I'm sort of the opinion that it's like it's all right, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, let me check my. I've been keeping tabs. This is how I cope with my loss in Tarkov of my Tarkov rants. Okay, all right. This one's kind of triggering me a lot actually, and it happened fairly early on. But how is the triple damage like broken leg, black leg bug still in the game? What? Where? How did we miss that in those 1,000 bugs fixed for 1.0 list? Like I'll be honest, that one really made me mad because I'm like, what fucking bugs did you fix? Like, how is yeah, that one really pissed me off. I suspect, I mean, I know nothing, so I'm completely talking out of my butt when I say this. I suspect they're aware of it, but they don't know or like don't want to fix it because it's probably like a networking server issue related thing that they'd have to like completely. It's probably just too much work to like rewrite.
It,
So
maybe.
that's my only guess because like it's inconsistent too. Like when it like I don't know what you for me the only way to like get it to do the behavior, the bugged behavior is like if you sprint and stop a lot, then like it seems to do something like sprinting on a broken leg. I don't know.
So for those of you who aren't aware of what the what did you call it? The triple leg damage bug, right? This is when you get your leg blacked, and when you
Mhm.
run on painkillers, rather than just being like, oh, ah, oh, and you take like a bit of damage each time, it's like, oh, and your health bar like really dramatically drops when you sprint,
And
and
your
it's
your screen shaking like back like
like
intense.
multiple times. You get
Oh,
multiple shakes per step, and it's like it's crazy. It really does go down a lot faster.
yeah.
But I think this is the issue with it is that it's inconsistent. So I don't know whether they know how to replicate it. They may know that
Mm,
they may know what it looks like, but they're just like we don't know when it occurs. We can't we haven't seen it in testing. We don't know what steps to replicate it. So we don't know how to fix it.
yeah.
I think that must be something to do with that.
That's the quote for me is like surely they know about this bug. I mean, I don't know. I'd be surprised if they didn't know about this, but it's just like
Hmm.
how is this still in the game? Anyways, um okay, this one was like a minor annoying thing and I'm sure someone out there is going to be in the comments like, well, if you were a real Tarkov player, you would have done this pre-wipe, so that way you wouldn't have to deal with it now. For me, I couldn't change the filter on the flea market to traders only. So every time I look at something and I want to see like, can I buy this item off a trader and use the flea market, it would
Yeah.
take me to the flea market and show all the players because that was like the default thing I had pre-selected, and you could go into the little tab to like tick stuff, but the one that said like change filter by type or whatever, it was like grayed out, and when you hovered over, it's like you cannot use the flea market until level 15. I'm like, I know, I just want to see what, I just want to change the filter settings. That one was really annoying because I couldn't
Yes.
like when you look at stuff, it's like 10 or 20 slots of just player items. And the trader's probably on like page 2 or 3, but like I'm not gonna sit there and scroll through all these pages of stuff. That one
I
really.
agree with you.
Did you have to deal with
It's,
that?
it does exist. I didn't actually notice it until I was using my second account to try and look some stuff up.
Oh.
And I was trying to look up the thing that I said before, right? Which is like, at what level do these things unlock of various traders? You know, on the flea market, when do they unlock on the flea? And then I noticed there that I was like, oh, I can't actually use the filter that I would want to use to do traders only
Mm-hmm.
without the flea. Like, I need to use that specifically because I can't buy anything from people. But it's just like, no, you must see all of these tantalizing offers from other players. Look at everybody having fun. It's like the meme, like looking out for everyone on the flea market. You're inside, looking out the window,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
locked out. You can see everyone playing. It's mean. It's annoying. It is
Yeah.
annoying.
I don't remember that being an
I
issue.
did actually tell BSG about it. I've suggested it to BSG.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember that being an issue prior, but maybe it's because I had it already ticked how I want. I don't know. Whatever. Um. Okay, this bug still in the game drives me crazy. The mantling an object, specifically when you like vault over it. Usually, I
Hmm.
think maybe it's either or, and your character just like freezes when you land, and like you're just locked out of the game for like 2 seconds, and then finally you can move, and it's like, oh my god, this like that one triggers me as well as the classic sliding on a rock when you can't mantle it
Yeah.
because Tarkov.
Yeah.
Like even though there's like a jut right in front of my like chest, I can't mantle it because Tarkov, but I can jump over it, which is not ideal because then they're gonna hear me. I'm trying to be like stealthy. I'm sitting here playing the new
Hmm.
interchange expansion, right? And I'm going to the outside. I'm like, I want to check out the new areas. Get some PMC kills, maybe do a little this and that. And I'm sitting here trying to like stealthily sneak up to like this big fight that's going down. I'm just like, I can't. And so I just like jump and then I'm like skating to the top of the thing. I'm like, no, 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 no. It's just like, how is it still in the game?
Yeah. Vaulting, mantling, vaulting, jumping, whatever. Like, I hate that more than anything because I was
Yeah.
so, and it's again, this is the lighthouse, which I'm gonna avoid talking about because it's gonna make me mad. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
just that when they were like, oh, we're gonna add the vaulting to the game and mantling, whatever, and I'm just like, hey, this is gonna make it so much better for climbing over rocks because now you will just be able to vault instead, and it's gonna be awesome. And actually, now it's just the worst because you don't know which is gonna work. Is it vault? Is it jump? Is it neither? Do both work in this situation? And then half the time, as you say, you do that jump, and then your character's just like, just like does the weird the magic carpet slide kind
Yeah.
of thing,
And you're
and you
locked
can't
out.
turn.
You can't do
And
it.
if it's quite a small little rock, especially on wood, sometimes you're like, no, 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 no. You're just like skiing towards the edge, just like no, trying to turn around desperately. It's just like not possible. Yeah, no, that one is pretty annoying. I don't think I've had the freezing thing. I've not noticed it after vaulting over something. I don't think I've really
I don't. I
noticed.
don't know what occurrence. I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
I vault quite a lot
specifically.
as well.
I feel like it's a combination of sprinting and then vaulting, but I'm not sure what.
Maybe it's like sprinting and vaulting and like stopping halfway through or something. Stopping sprinting. Maybe it's like some like the slide, but
Oh,
sort of the
maybe
vault version or something. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it.
it
I don't feel.
happens
I don't feel like I have.
very occasionally, but it's very triggering because it's that same sensation of being locked out. Because you land and it's like
Mm.
you're still locked out for like 2 seconds. It's just like ugh. Uh, moving on, we'll breeze through some of these. So this one's actually pretty important, I think. Now, I've seen other people. I verified on Reddit that I wasn't the only one having this issue, and I suspect many other people are. But that is if you have DLSS turned on, for me at least, any like picture-in-picture scope is very ugly and like muddy looking. Now I have preset K
Yeah.
on, and I have like the through NVIDIA profile inspector, yada yada. I have it set to like 77%, which is like ultra quality, which you
Mhm.
don't have access to. Um, and it's like that for me. And I saw other people had the same issue. Have you noticed this? Is this the thing?
Yes, DLSS is bugged at the moment.
Okay, okay.
Yes, you're not going crazy. It's true. DLSS doesn't work with picture-in-picture scopes properly right now. Certain ones seem to be affected more than others. Some of them, like the TAC 30 and the Swamp Fox, are actually okay. They're actually not that bad. But there's quite a few of them that are bad and just don't really work. which is annoying. So I've actually swapped completely off of
Oh, have you?
DLSS. Yeah, just because I've been doing so much Shooterborn in Heaven and Tug of Shooter and
That's
stuff, I'm
fair.
using
Yeah.
scopes all the time, and so it's become really annoying to use them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've changed completely away from using DLSS, which is a shame because I like DLSS and I like the way that
Oh, yeah, for
it
sure.
runs. And I should really do the profile inspector stuff. I'm due a date with NVIDIA Profile Inspector. I tell you that. I really am. I need to get on it and go and make some changes and have a look through a few things because
Yeah.
I've been talking to some people as well about there's some extra interesting stuff that you can do in Profile Inspector. Like can be quite powerful for doing certain things. So I want to do some tests.
Cool.
Before then, I was still just using quality. Like as you were
Mhm.
saying, like I find 66% is quite small. Really,
Yeah.
it's like quite a low number for quality. Because you used to be able to do it's really weird. You used to be able to do it in the NVIDIA app. You could actually change
Yes.
the DLSS percentage, but it was only for like NVIDIA did the updates. You could do it there, and then about 2 weeks later, it disappeared again out of Tarkov. So it's like says, oh, it's no longer compatible. But obviously, you can do it in NVIDIA Profile Inspector, which is very very odd.
Mhm.
Um, because you could put on like technical DLAA by putting 99% in. Although
Yeah.
I do still think that DLDSR plus DLSS is probably more. I think it's more powerful. But
Yeah.
it's
I
it's well, bang for buck sort of power to
Mhm.
performance ratio. I think it's slightly better, but I mean it's arguable. It's arguable either way as to which is superior. Um, but yeah, so DLSS is not really working with the TAC 30. It's kind of okay. It's like
Okay.
everything kind of looks like it's got Vaseline
Yeah, it
over the
almost looks
lens,
like
something like that. Like it's
a
hard to kind of describe.
a very early AI, image generation model. Like, it doesn't look.
Kinda, yeah,
It's very
kinda, yeah.
muddy and Vaseline. Yeah, yeah.
It's like really weird. So you can still see, and if you're not really paying attention, it doesn't look that much different. But
Yeah, and there's almost like
it is.
a certain form of ghosting. It's not.
Mm.
It's almost like not the typical ghosting you would see examples of. It's like smudged, like very Vaseline type of ghosting. It's not. Yeah. Anyways, so that's unfortunate. That bug's back again. I wonder what other bugs are backed. Anyways, so let's see what else I got here.
The
I
only other
think.
part of that I'd mention is that I'm using preset J now rather than K
Oh,
because I
why is
find
that?
K is a bit like smeary. Sometimes it smears leaves and stuff. J's a
Oh,
bit
okay.
more. It's a bit less stable, but it's I find it less smeary. I've moved to J in almost everything.
Huh. I'll have to look into that.
Mm.
I think that was most of the Tarkov rants I had. Yeah.
The talk around. Okay.
Yeah, those were the ones that were the most triggering for me. I'm gonna have to go to Tarkov therapy. It's like Tarkov Anonymous. There's a person in the corner sitting by the door. He's like, "Where's the exfil? Where's the exfil?"
Yeah.
Someone's in
Where's the
there.
pocket watch?
Yeah, someone's in there. It's like I haven't left my hideout in 5 days. It's just full of stash. I need an intervention. It's full of loot. My
Exactly.
stash. Yeah.
The Hoarders Anonymous. Completely changing topic entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Mm-hmm.
you know that Arena now has a tutorial after the latest patch?
Huh. That's interesting. Like, what are we tutorializing on? How to play certain game
How to
modes?
play the game, how to play certain game modes, how to heal yourself,
Okay.
how to shoot and like change fire modes and all sorts of
Okay.
different things. And guess what? It's actually pretty good. It's way better than the base game tutorial, which is just like you wake up in ground zero and then none of the hotkeys work because they've all got overlaps and you can't use the tape recorder. Like it's a lot better than that, honestly. Like the base game tutorial for 1.0 doesn't really tell you much. It's all a bit
Mm-hmm.
of a blur, and right, you're not sure whether you're about to be shot at. Right, it's like a very claustrophobic experience. Because the arena tutorial is like you turn up and the guy's like, "Welcome to the arena." You know, we're going to show
Ooh.
you how to do all this stuff, and it's sort of a very sort of Americanized, like kind of corny voice doing the voiceover thing. It's quite funny in
Huh.
parts, but it shows you how to. It shows you like pick up this injector and inject it into yourself, and here's how you heal, and here's the different status effects, and here's how you fix a bleed, and like you walk into one room and there's just a shotgun strapped to the ceiling, it just shoots you, and it's like right now you're gonna have to heal yourself, and then there's like the Call of Duty like 50. There's like the shooting trail thing. You have to do the CQB trail and shoot all the targets. It shows you how to plant the bomb for blast gang. It shows you how to cap a point for checkpoint. It's like genuinely quite good. It's quite well thought through. I will say it's
That's
actually quite
cool.
good. Mm. No, it's all right. It's actually all right. So I was surprised. I was surprised it was there, and I was surprised that it actually has quite good quality. It's it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
That reminds me, I was looking through the skills, um, like the skills in the Tarkov game, and reading descriptions and stuff, and because I know that they've stripped away a couple since 1.0, because they were just kind of like, placeholder and then never got put in or implemented or whatever. But one of them, I think it was like intelligence or perception or something, was like increases your lockpicking skill. And I really hope we get more of that stuff in the future, because right now, like more sandboxy stuff. Because right now we have like, um, what is that item called? Tripwire grenades. What are they called? Why am my Tarkov brain has completely let me down here. It's
Yeah, like
just
tripwires. Yeah,
yeah, tripwires. We have that and a couple like Mimi kind of guns. You know what I mean? But I want more like sandboxy stuff. Like what would be it would just be
yeah,
really good vibes for like content, especially like man, I would love to see someone like trap someone in a room by locking them in there and they have to like play a mini game or something. Like to be held hostage, like there's just like so many things you could do.
yeah. I think you get that feeling from coming from Ark. I think where there's so much
Yeah, for
utility
sure.
and so many sandbox
For
elements, right?
sure.
With like the various things and the ways to kind of pull shenanigans on people with barricades and zip
Mhm.
wires and snap hook lines and all sorts of stuff. And then, yeah, Tarkov does feel like it's missing quite a lot of those kind of things. But it's never really been that kind of game. It's never been a game where you could like
Yeah.
build stuff or place things or really like tripwires are only the first thing we've really got like that particularly. I don't think that's necessarily a problem, but like they could definitely expand on that in the future for sure. They could do like a whole kind of expansion. Well, I guess it wouldn't be paid for because it would have to be in the base game, but like a whole expansion of stuff like that, like utilities expansion or something. I'm sure they could do that. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I hope they, because I think they had, I'm sure they have lots of ideas, and there's lots of real world stuff they could put into the game, like landmines, claymores, etc. So I don't know. I think that stuff would be fun. Okay. Um, what else are we talking about? So you want to move on to some of your random bits for this week?
Yeah. So I did a video about Kappa, about how this is probably the best wipe ever if you want to do Kappa. Obviously, not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's gonna be able to do it, but it's the best wipe ever because this is it. There's no more wipes on this character. The next reset will come probably or almost. It's like 90%, 95% certain. I would say that it's going to appear as a new character. It may well work in the same PvE way. So, like in the bottom corner, we've got this switch to PvE zone. You may have like switch to seasonal or whatever. I imagine they'll do it with that format because it's probably a lot easier for them to do it that way than have I don't know, multiple characters stood there or anything like that. We're not going to be able to choose like that, I don't think. I reckon it'll be a different because it's going to be a different hideout and everything, right? Different flea market, different hideout, different. Well, probably. So this now you can take your time. Obviously, player base. The player base has to be there for you to do certain PvP tasks, so it may get harder as time goes on. But it's still going to be technically doable to get Kappa in. If you're not normally able to get it in the 6 months, then you can take as long as you like in theory.
Yeah.
As I said, player base notwithstanding. Um, but yeah, the changes we were talking about the other day mean that it's a wipe that I'm actually going to do it for, and I really really am going to go for it. So, Shoot Spawn in Heaven has been what I've been doing mostly over the past like probably week and a bit now. I'd
Mm-hmm.
say I've slowed down a lot on my gameplay, but I'm like we're in unprecedented territory for me, right? I've completed every map bar Reserve and Lighthouse for Shoot Spawn in Heaven. I have 1 kill on each of them on Reserve and Lighthouse. So I have 8 kills to go. And Shoot Spawn in Heaven will be done,
Even Ground
which is
Zero.
like even Ground Zero. I did Ground Zero yesterday. I got 3 in 1. It was
Wow.
crazy. I got 4 kills with the Marlin. 3 of them were headshots.
Wow.
It was crazy. I had like quite a few like peak battles with people, and then just like boom, and take the head off. Like the Marlin is so much fun. Like if you're in those situations with any other gun, any other bolty,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like through the door. Oh, we're playing this and that, and you go, and then you miss. That's the end.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. Whereas with the Marlin, it's just like, come at me, I got 5 more, baby. Just levering them from the hip. Like it's so much better. It's so much better. Um, I've had quite a few situations where I've got to 4 and then it's taking me 8. The last one is like so tantalizing and I can't get it. I ended up getting the streets one. I had 4 on streets and then I needed one more and I managed to get I got fed up with using LPVO, so I started just putting that new SRO dot on. So it's the one that goes on the which base is it? It's the Trigicon. I think it's the Trigicon RMR base. I
I
think,
think I know
and you
what
can
you're
now get the
referring to.
SRO on that. Yeah, and it's a new red dot. They're like it's just like a little ring, and lots of people say it looks like the old PK06. It's so clean, it's so crisp. I'm using
Okay.
that on the Marlin. It's really nice little red dot,
Is it
and I've
got
been
like a
using
really
that.
big
And
housing?
not really, not
Okay.
really. There's
Okay.
one that is like that called the Meat Pro. That's the newish one that's got quite
That's
a
what
big
I'm
housing.
thinking
That
of.
looks like one of the that's like a EOTech at home kind of sky. It's okay. It's like
Okay.
the mini
Okay.
EOTech, I guess. Mini EOTech holographic. Now the SRO is just like one dot, really tight with a sort of it's okay. Yeah, PK602. Yeah, PK62 kind of.
I'll have to look into
Anyway, so I
that.
was using that, and there was a guy in real estate, and I spawned on the wrong side of the road, and I was just like, oh, obviously I don't have my scope, but I was just like, line it up, like fired, didn't get the shot, and then the guy like jumped, and I fired and clipped him midair, and I was just like, whoa, what a shot! That was so good. So I had some good experiences so far with the Marlin. I've moved back to red dotting it because I've been just kind of going a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And that worked on Ground Zero as well in the end, so that was fun. So yeah, I've got to do Reserve and Lighthouse. Reserve has been difficult actually. I
Hmm.
found Reserve hard. It's been tough. And then Lighthouse, obviously, I don't really want to play, but I've got 4 kills left. I've got 4 kills left for that, but I've also got 6 kills left for Punisher Part 4, which is also Lighthouse.
Mm,
So it's like, okay, I got to do that at some point. Like I could probably do Punisher Part 4 without doing the bolty stuff, but I have to do the bolty stuff. And having a bolty kind of works quite well with a scav vest because you don't need, with the Marlin, you don't need mags or anything. So
of
I
course.
may as well do them together
Yeah.
because I've got to get the headshots anyway. It's like it's no disadvantage to have the thing on, but it's just it's pretty painful. So I've got to get 4 more kills on Lighthouse with the bolt action, which is it's not going to be easy. Reserve, I feel like Reserve will get there eventually. Reserve's kind of fun enough and dynamic enough that we'll be able to do it. But I just like not really seeing people enough. Like the other
That's
maps, we're
the
seeing people a lot, which is kind of you get a lot of chances. I screwed up on streets so many times. Because, and
mm,
people are like trying to say like, oh well, maybe you should have done this, maybe you should have done that. I'm just like, I just need to hit them in the head. Like I just need to actually win the fight, right? That's the thing. As long as I'm getting the chances, I feel like it's okay. But in reserve, I just spent most of the time running around, just like
yeah.
don't
I
really know
mean,
where anyone is, and they're all like inside, and it's tough.
exactly. I think the only piece of advice I could give to you is reserve is like really gamify and metafy the spawns because that's like
Mm,
your biggest window opportunity. And then
yeah,
after that, just like go AFK in some sniper spot or tower, unless you want to like really throw yourself at it and put on the red dot. Like, all right, let's go to the D2. It's like let's duke it out. I mean, I guess you could do that too. It depends, but yeah, it's just kind of like you
yeah.
just gotta
No, I am tempted.
pray for those opportunities. It's not easy. Past like
It
the
isn't easy.
spawns.
I did manage to get so I did my 24-hour stream, and I did
Hmm.
manage to. I mean, I was the last 6 hours of that. I think I was actually starting to go insane because I was doing test drive part 1, and I had
That's
4
the
kills for that. This is the M1A over 60 meters
okay. Okay.
with the Schmidt and Bender and the hybrid 46 suppressor. So the gun is just like a dog, right? This thing weighs 7 kilograms. The
Mm.
ergonomics is just through the floor. The scope is okay, but it's a DLSS scope, so I have to have TAA on. So that's like the whole thing is just like,
DLSS.
I'm like, oh, it's just horrible, right? So I did get it done eventually, but I was like 5 kills. I haven't done test drive 1. Well, I've never done the test drive quest line. I've never bothered because when I did Kappa, you only had to do test drive 1. So I've only ever completed
Yeah.
test drive 1. I've never bothered doing the others.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I've done test drive 1 before. It's like it's only 5 kills. Like, how hard can it be? Oh my god! Like the 60-meter thing really is just like, oh, it's such a killer. It's like Shooterborn in Heaven has been a breeze compared to doing test drive 1. It's like the old Shooterborn at 100 meters. That was just
Yeah.
so annoying as well. Like
Yeah.
the distance requirement makes it so painful. I don't even know. I do 20 kills with no distance versus 5 with the 60 with the M1A personally. Like I killed
Yeah.
so many people at point blank, and there's like so many weird situations where you're just like somebody's like walking past, and I'm like, I can't even engage with you, and I'm there, like it's like a cartoon. They're like walking past, and I'm like behind a tree, and I'm like. Like go around the tree so they can't see me. I'm like in crouch pose. They can't hear me either. I'm just like, right, you got to slowly walk away. And I've got the rangefinder on. I'm like, and then they go down a dip, and then I don't see them again. And I'm just like, no, it's like so frustrating. So I
Yeah.
did manage to finally finish that. So I'm on to test drive 2 now. Did get it done. I got it on shoreline because lots of people have asked me. I got it done on shoreline. I tried woods.
Oh,
I
that's
tried.
right.
Lighthouse a little bit. Oh, but that was a bad idea. I tried. What else did I try? Did I try reserve? I can't remember. So I tried quite a few maps. I think it might also been to do with the time. Like I did this between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. my time, which was not
Oh,
really the good time for doing it
yeah.
because it was like the end of my 24-hour stream. So I was just like, there's like nobody here. But Shoreline was always full of people. So I was at
Mm,
least getting, again, I was getting opportunities. There's nothing more annoying than not getting the opportunity
for
to
sure.
try. Like,
Yeah.
even if you get the opportunity, try and fail, at least you're like, look, well, I had a chance, right? And then we just keep getting chances, we'll get it done. Whereas when you just wander around and you don't see anybody for 30 minutes and then you extract, you're just like, I've literally just wasted like half an hour. That's so frustrating.
No.
So, yeah, so I got it done on Shoreline in the end. A lot of using the spawns to try to get kills right off the bat. Had more success over on the eastern side of the map because that's where I'm, play around the best, around those hills, around Weather Station, around all of that bit.
Mm,
The bit over
yeah.
by Swamp I find much harder. I had a few situations where I was just literally killed off spawn over in the swamp because I'd spawn in that middle spawn. There's a guy at the top. There's a guy over by tunnel. There's a guy who like spawned up by like villas, and I'm just like, or like cottages or whatever. I'm just like pinned between three. Like one of them, I like couldn't even reach the edge of the forest before someone's shooting at me from the path to the lighthouse. Infill. I'm just like, my god, this is such a horrible spawn. I kept getting it over and over. So the east side was way better. Although I will say that I was just like, right, let's go and get ourselves a nice position up at weather. Oh no, I'm getting shot at by Big Pipe. Literally like 10
Oh,
minutes in, or 10
yeah.
seconds into the raid. I was just like, oh my god. They end up having like a huge juke out with Big Pipe and two PMCs over by blue fences. And I'm just like, can you people all just move 60 meters away? Like, why are we fighting you point blank with the M1A? This is not why I'm here. This is like so annoying. But I had to just pull back because I'm just like, once Big Pipe's locked eyes with you and he's fired a bit of his trash MCX bullets at you, like he's coming. He's coming.
Mm.
There's like you can go as far away as you like. He'll aggro you into infinity. So I just had to go and sit behind there for a while. So it's quite a lot of wasted raids. Just I do. I am trying to be smart about it. So I do have the Goons quest. I did go out of my way to go and do Rashala, Sturman, and Killer
Wow.
to unlock the Goons quest at 35. So that
You're
if I
really
run into
grinding.
them, I know. So if I run into them, then I will be able to at least get the opportunity to get them for the quest. So I
Well,
have
that
Big
is
Pipe done for the
smart.
quest. What was good about like interchange? I thought was going to be hard. I don't, I'm not really an interchange guy. I'm not really a killer killing kind of person. And
Hmm.
when I took the NL 545 with like full of Igolnik, the
Oh, yeah,
new
yeah,
gun,
yeah.
it's like the
The new one.
the
Yeah.
M4 AK. Yeah,
Yeah.
took that into interchange full of Igolnik. Found killer, and he came out the corner and just burst his head dead instant. I
Yeah.
was
I
just like,
bet.
hell yeah! So you got the right bullets for it. Igolnik coming out at 800 RPM absolutely murders killer. It
Yeah.
murders him completely because he doesn't actually have that much head HP. I think it's 90, 100, something like that. I'm not sure. So like for like 3 or 4 shots, he's just dead.
Hmm.
Even with his power slide and his full autoing and everything else, like the custom guns, NL weapons, like they delete him if you're using the right ammo. So that was good. So I killed Sturman with a Marlin while I was doing Woods Tutorborn. Rishala wasn't that
Nice.
difficult. He was just around gas station at some point. I died. I did a jumping leap into the back of gas station and just got shot out of the air like a clay pigeon by one of his guards, which was really annoying. Um, like the guards were all around. I killed Rishala first because he was stood in the corner, and then
Yeah.
all the other guards were like walking up, and I was like, "Well, I just need to leap across into gas station from because I was like by the trucks bit at the back." I was
Uh
like, "I
huh.
just need to leap across. I'm going to go as fast as I can," and like literally mid-air, one of the guards just went boink, and just headshot me out of the air. I was just like, "My god." Um, and then took down killer with the NL545, ground to 35, did the thick case, and got the stray dogs unlocked because that's 35. So I have big pipe down. I haven't seen the other two, but if they appear,
Wow.
we can get credited for it. I just didn't want to kill them and have it not credit me for the
Yeah.
kill
That's fair,
because that's
honestly.
so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so annoying. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to do things in the right order so that it limits the amount of stuff I have to do,
Yeah. No, that's
basically.
smart.
Yeah.
I didn't
So yeah,
realize
so on test drive 2.
you're so far ahead. Like you're already on the.
Mm,
You've done a lot of. You've been grinding like killing Killa. That's a big. That's a big.
I've killed him twice. Killed him twice now.
Oh yeah, because you need to do that twice, right?
I'm not sure actually, but I killed him the second time
Oh no,
he was just came around the corner and I killed him.
I'm thinking of like the scenario where like you already had the helmet because you killed him
Oh,
prior, but now you got to go back in and kill him again or something. I'm
yeah,
thinking of
no,
that.
I've killed him twice. I killed him with the M1A the second time.
Mm.
I was trying to do bloody test drive. That was one of my interchange ones. I was just like, well, I didn't get test drive done, but at least I killed Killer again. He tried to come around the corner and he just got M62 to the face visor, and that was the end of it. But yeah, so I'm 7 out of 20 on test drive 2. That's the SR2M. So I was basically taking, when I was doing Street Shooterborn, I was taking the Marlin
Mm.
and the SR2M at the same time. So if somebody was pushing me close up, I can get a test drive 2 kill. If somebody's at long range, I can get a Shooterborn in Heaven kill. It's just like, so long as I get a kill with either of these two guns, we're winning here. And then in the end, I got fed up because everyone was just pushing me, and then I was just losing anyway, even with the SR2M. So I was just losing all my Marlins, and I got fed up and just went in with the Marlin with the red dot and finished it that way. I had like one really annoying one where like two guys pushed me. We had quite a good fight, and I leaned around the corner and I couldn't quite. They were like opening the door, and they were like, one guy was opening the door and throwing grenades in, and it was that spawn you get by museum where you can get trapped in the corner. And I had so many potential shots on target on this guy's duo, and the other guy came in. I was like, oh, he looks pretty tanky, but I couldn't quite see what he had on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually he opened the door, and I was like, well, I'm going to use, rather than the SR2M, I'm actually going to use the Marlin here and see if I can just headshot them through the door, because they're basically playing silly buggers, opening the door and closing the door, being annoying. So I'm just gonna camp here and just like see if I can get them to open the door and headshot them. Anyway, the guy opens the door and I go, perfect, like aim, click, headshot. Guy's wearing an ult in and just headshots me back. I'm
Oh
like,
no!
just bounces off the guy's face visor. I was just like, crap.
I bet you were not expecting that.
No, no, I was not. So anyway, yeah, with the test drive 2 changes, I could do. I'm not focusing on the SR2M too much, but it won't be that bad. I don't think. I've already got 7 out of 20. I can do interchange for it if I need to, or ground zero. It's really not that big of a deal. And then the AK-12 one's going to come after that. But you can do that on customs. You can do that on reserve. You need a Valde and suppressor, but I could just do that on customs. It'd be no big deal. And after that, it's PvE. It's like 50 targets for the other ones, so really not a problem. So like the things I'm probably most worried about are Tarkov shooter up to part 8. I've only done the 80 meters away. I've done 4 of the kills out of 5, so I'm nearly there. But 80 meter distant bolty shots, I was just like, well, I'll probably get that done with shooterborn at some point. Like surely some percentage of my kills are going to be 80 plus, which has been the case mostly. I'm like 80% of the way through Tarkov. 80% of the way through. Yeah, Shooterborn in Heaven, and I'm like 80% of the way through Tarkov Shooter 4. So I'm like, they're kind like every 5 kills, I'm getting 1 at 80 plus ish. Yeah. So maybe I have to go and grind this at some point. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that I can get it done. As much as I hate the map, as I'm hoping I can get it done on Lighthouse. I don't have much hope for reserve, but I feel like an 80 meter bolty kill could happen on Lighthouse relatively easily. So
yeah,
and I only need 1. Right? And I've got 4 more kills on Lighthouse to do. So one of those 4 needs to be over 80. So we'll see. I'm holding out hope, and then I've still got to do Tarkov Shooter 8, which is the 3 headshots without dying, and I've got to do Psycho Sniper, which is 5 bolty kills without dying. So that probably could be quite annoying. But someone was telling me the other day, like, oh, I always dread it, and then I end up getting it done pretty easily anyway. And like on Ground Zero, I had 4 kills in one raid with the Marlin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I had Psycho Sniper, I probably could have done it, but I don't have it unlocked because you need level 10 sniper to do it, because there's the 2 parts to it at the same time. One's the 5 kills, and the other part's the 10 sniper. If you get the 5 kills, but you're not 10 sniper, and you go into raid and die, you have to do the 5 kills again. So it's like a really annoying quest in that way.
Really?
Yeah, it's like bullshit, and it's like that meds one where like you complete the sub task, but if you then die or that you fail the sub task, it goes back to 0. Which is really annoying. So you basically have to have the 10 levels already.
Yeah.
I remember seeing somebody being like, I've done it, and I have 9 kills, and now I'm going to live in arena until I have 10 bolty.
Oh my god, that's so... Why? Anyways, yeah. That's
just Tarkovisms. But so I'm at bolty 6 just naturally. Shooterborn gives you 5, so if I get Shooterborn done, then.
But you want to do like, it would be ideal to have Shooterborn and. Yeah, I get it.
It would be. But I mean, going from 6 to 10 is like quite a lot, so I'll probably just do them separately, I think.
Only thing I have to say to you is don't let it win. Don't let Lighthouse beat you. Don't let it get you down, Giga. You gotta go forward. You gotta make it to the end.
Annoying. One of the reasons why I'm leaving Lighthouse as long as I can is because it means that more players will filter in there.
That's fair.
So it's a strategy to leave it to the end. It's obviously, I don't want to go there either. But like, the longer I wait, the more people will have paid the 20K because it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah,
4
that's right.
mil.
I forgot about that.
So there's a huge hurdle. So the people there are
Yeah.
like turbo sweaty most of the time,
Mm,
or lighthouse mains. I don't know which is worse. They're either grinders or they're lighthouse mains. Those strange gremlin creatures.
right, right.
They do exist.
Oh,
They're
they
probably
certainly
listening to
do.
this now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If you like lighthouse, I think you're mad, but we can agree to disagree. Anyway, so that's my experience so far. So I feel like I'm doing really well. I'm level
Yeah, I'd say
36. We've
so.
been grinding super hard. We're quite a long way through, given it's what 2.5 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
something. It's
Mm-hmm.
quite like really, we're getting there. We're getting there. I've done. How many have I done? I've done 230 PMC raids. It's obviously quite a few, but I think we've been relatively efficient for someone who doesn't normally do Kappa. And my kills I'm actually quite pleased with. I've died 76 times and I have 134 PMC kills. So my KD ratio is looking pretty healthy. More healthy than it usually does. Yeah, like 1.76 or something. So I've got 64% survival rate. So yeah, so things are going
Oh,
things are
okay.
going all right. Things are going all right. My survival rate was 70-ish, and then I've been doing Tarkov shooters, it's been going down and down because I've died a lot on streets specifically, and a bit on Ground Zero, but mainly streets. I basically spent a whole day dying on streets, trying to headshot people with the Marlin. It was pretty tricky. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's a lot more enjoyable though than it would have been in previous wipes, and that's why I did that video, basically being like, test drive is more fun, Choose One Heaven is more fun, going after bosses is more fun. That's it. Those are the big problems. So there are some other annoying things. I got to do like 75-meter kill on Sturman with the TAC 30 or something, but there's quests I don't like. People say they're really easy, but I never normally do them. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that one. I'm not sure, but yeah, like broadly speaking, most of the hard stuff we're kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there.
Well, I think. I mean, I know we're a little bit more short on time today. Do you want to just go ahead and round out with our spoilery section for the last
Oh
bit of this
yes.
cast?
Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah. So if you don't want to know anything about the Tarkov story because you want to experience it for yourself and you want to do it naturally without seeing anything online, then turn off the cast now because we're going to be talking about people who've escaped already and some of the endings and stuff like that. Honestly, actually not that much spoiler stuff because I've not gotten through the story myself. I'm like going for Kappa first and then doing the story afterwards. So this is it's more like to do with people sort of seeing the endings and leaving and who's done what and whatever. But yeah, if you don't want to hear any of that, turn it off now. 5-second warning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're good. Right, we're into spoiler territory for the stories now. So I don't care about spoilers. I've already seen, as predicted, and I think I talked about this last week, people having game-breaking issues, either due to purposeful design from BSG or just bugs, which mean that and Nice Guy in particular has been, complaining heavily, let's say, on Twitter about you could do the minorest thing either wrong or incorrectly, and then you just lose huge amounts of progress. I think he was like 200 hours into doing one particular story thing, and he missed out. He put like this whole thing on Twitter where he didn't listen to one tape at one point, which stopped the next item from spawning, which then broke that line in the story.
Oh my
And I
god.
think it's intentional. I think if you don't listen to it, because it's like you don't know, like the thing doesn't spawn because you didn't listen to this next story bit or something, but it just breaks everything. It seems, which is just insane to me. And I knew that they would be like this, right? And so I don't care about spoiling it because the thing that's going to spoil it is if I don't look anything up, I get something game breaking, I look online and everybody's like, oh yeah, obviously because that X Y Z. And I'm like, I should have looked it up. I just don't trust. I don't trust it in its first iteration. There's no way. Maybe 3 wipes in. If you came back and it's like been 2 years and oh yeah, I remember this Tarkov thing. Oh, you can complete it now. Oh great. Now maybe I'll do it. Whatever. But for me, doing it like the first time, there's just too many things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
I think so. First things first escaper in the whole world, including PvE. Actually, I'm pretty sure was Mr. Tiggs, fellow UK streamer. Good old Tiggs, and he completed the game first in the world on PvP, but PvE as well, as far as I understand it. So first person through through Terminal and managing to get to the end. Like Terminal is kind of nuts. Like we did see some bits before because of like PAX West and stuff. So it was that campaign that people had played there. And it was kind of similar to the very first section of that, but like the map's quite long and there's a lot to it. It seems like I'm not sure if it's different for different endings. I think there's like maybe different tasks, but he had to, you go in, you get your stuff taken off you. The base gets under attack. You then don't have anything. You have to just like grab a gun and then fight your way through hordes of scavs, get to the armory, get your stuff back that you brought with you. There's like a key on one of the guards. You then have to unlock, something. There was lots of things to do. So then after that, it's like I can't remember exactly what he had to do. He had to do something along the lines of he had to repair a load of panels to get something to activate. I think it was like to drain some water or something. But then he had to like blow something up. So he had to like put a load of explosive down on these bits. But you had to do them in the right order. And it did take him a couple of attempts. And I believe it was 5 mil a go for him every time you went to go back and do it. I mean, he'd already ground the five. This is after he ground the 500 million to get the ticket. So for a bit of even further backstory, there's different ways that you can get to the ending. I think there's 4 endings, but there's more than 4 ways to get to those endings. So depending on which way you went, you'll end up in one of those 4. But there's a couple of different branches that sort of end up in the same place. And the way that Tiggs went was not trusting anybody. So I think that the way that the story seems to fundamentally work is you need to get there's like a crate from the plane crash, I think, and then you basically have this box, and then you either give it to Prapor or you keep it. And Tiggs basically didn't trust any of the traders. He like kept the box. Then you speak to Kerman. He then didn't trust Kerman either and said screw you. So the only way to progress there is to basically bribe Prapor back into your service by giving him 500 mil, which is why he spent like a week grinding 500 million rubles. So once you've done that, I feel like making another 5 for every attempt probably isn't that big of a deal. But anyway, so after doing all that, went through, got to Lighthouse, did the stuff. Like Black Division are completely cracked. Finally managed to go and like put all the things down, fix all the panels, get everything right, and then he had to get to the Zuber hovercraft. That's the final section. So you go through all of the terminal docks bits and get to the hovercraft, and then there's a guy there who lets you in and drives you out. And that was basically like the first ending. So I was like watching him on and off like all day because I was like, I'm like fascinated because this is like the end of an era. The fact that somebody's actually going to escape for the first time. It was pretty obvious that Tiggs was going to do it, I think, as well, because like he's incredibly good at the game.
Yeah.
And so if anybody can get through Black Division and fight the AI and whatnot, it's going to be him or a player of his caliber. And I think he did get. I mean, obviously he ground super hard. I think people were trying for various different endings. I think Landmark and maybe Gingy are going down one of the more completionist type ones, whereas because Tiggs didn't trust anybody, he actually, I think his quest line ended up getting him there faster than other people because he just had to grind the 500 mil, which I mean BSG probably assumed that would be a lot, but he just he's like a crack labs player. That's where he came from in the first place. So and it's pretty good in there. And I did see some of his runs were like 5 mil runs. He'd got like Bitcoin labs card, this, that, and the other. There's like some insane safe. So it didn't actually take him that long. So he ended up in terminal first before everybody else, by not trusting anyone. And he got the ending, which was Survivor. So it was basically you survived, but Terra Group thrived in the aftermath because you didn't take them down.
Was basically, sort of the ending. Yeah.
Which is quite funny because
I was at what cost?
Yeah, at what cost?
500 mil to be exact.
Yeah, but it's quite funny really because I was just like, I think even he was just like, what were Terra Group actually doing? We're just like, well, we don't know because he didn't do any of the Terra Group stuff. He just did like the base, like that was kind of the whole point behind the run, right? It's like the Survivor run. Didn't engage with any of the Terra Group stuff, so we still don't really know. We don't really know what happened because I'm intrigued. I want to read some more of the lore because I haven't done the story myself, and I kind of want to know what happened. I have a sort of sneaking suspicion that we just don't. I'm not sure if it's really explained particularly, but we'll see. We'll see. The information is not all out there yet, so yeah.
We'll I don't know. It's like I want to know, but like, God, I just don't think I'm gonna put in the effort. Like, I don't even know if I can put in the effort to do like some of the. I don't even know what the requirements are. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. We'll see. But or if you don't mind, what do you think? Can I get your thoughts on the actual map itself and like how it's formulated, because it's basically like you go to shoreline, you talk to the little doohickey thingy intercom like you do and or like you see in the raid series video series that they put out, and
Mhm.
then you walk up and then you get extract to terminal, put in the cutscene, in-game cutscene essentially, and then like what did you think of all the set piece and how it progressed? Because the footage I'm showing now is just his first run, so this was like him going in blind, and it was like pure chaos and just like
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, chat's like screaming at him, "Go this way, go that way."
Yeah, like it was very confusing. It was funny to see him like that actually, like, not knowing the map, not knowing what was going on. Because like
Mhm, mhm,
even an insanely good player like looks like a new player playing
mhm.
it. Like it was interesting. It's just like nobody in chat would have done any better. People would have died literally immediately if they weren't dicks, right? For
Yeah.
like, yeah, the map made him look like he didn't know what he was doing. Because I mean, to be honest, he didn't. Right? It was his first time in there.
Mm.
Um, I think the map was. I think it's interesting. I think it's quite a cool scenario. The map seems like pretty neat as well. I quite like there's like there's a different things to do, and you have to kind of like piece it together and like work out what to do when you're in there. I mean, it's very BSG in the design in that
Yeah.
you kind of like you do it once and it's just impossible, and then you go back again knowing what you already knew. Like it's not designed to be done in one go.
It's not yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
for
work
sure.
everything out like first time. You're supposed to have multiple attempts and go back and
Yeah.
which is it is what it is. But
Which I
I
kinda
just feel
like.
like
Honestly, it's a little bit like a
yeah,
challenge. I didn't know about the you mentioned the armory earlier. I didn't realize that because when you go in, you get at least in Tig's version, you get stripped down naked.
yeah.
I mean, not literally, but you lose all your gear essentially.
Mhm.
And I guess that was stored in the armory. I thought that was just like their own preset loadouts that you could go loot in the armory. But it seems like that was his gear he brought in or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
like that part kind of intrigued me the most. I was like, oh, there's an armory you can go to. I was like, that's kind of I kind of want to do it just to like for the challenge, the sake of the challenge. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even though at the end of the day, it's just like scabs, like pathing directly towards you. Like they just know where you are at all times, and like the vision just like attempts to one tap you as soon as like a pixel of you appears on the screen. Even though it's like the worst thing ever, it's just like the part of me is still just like I want to do that.
Yeah, I know, I know, and I think yeah, I was just like, oh, I should get on with the story actually at some point
Hmm.
and go and have at least try it 'cause it'd be fun to do. Just it's part of the game, and may as well go and experience it. I think
Yeah,
it's quite interesting that you go in and you have to just grab a gun off the floor,
yeah,
then like go through the map, and then you finally get your stuff back. But at the beginning, you don't have any of your equipment. I do find that's quite fun.
yeah,
It's quite good. It's quite good. It seems like yeah, it seems well designed. It actually seems okay. The map's very technical in that sense. It's like you have to do this and then do that and then do the other, and it's not really that obvious, and you have to have multiple attempts. It's like it's just very BSG with the way that it
for
works.
sure, for sure.
Um, but it does seem like a quite a fun challenge. Although I'm not really excited about playing against Black Division particularly. But
Yeah,
fighting against like Rogue Raider SKI in the
yeah.
finale does seem a bit lame. But
Well,
yeah, no, I think it's interesting for sure. Certainly an interesting campaign.
yeah, yeah. I think it just might be something to do at some point, which is nice too because like it's not. You know what I mean? That the assuming that everything's gonna stay as it should, it's not gonna wipe. So like this can be like a
Mm.
much longer thing you work towards, whatever that may look like, and even once you
Yeah,
get
and
there, it's like you're very unlikely, even if with the wiki and all the YouTuber guides, you're very unlikely to escape on your first attempt. So I kind of like that it's like it is like a proper challenge, and I'm totally fine with it being single player Tarkov jank or bots like
mm,
rush you down. It's like what what I mean. It's just I don't know something about it's like I want to like throw myself at this a little bit because it does look
it's kind of
moderately fun in a loose sense.
yeah, it's like a secret special location as well. There's like stuff everywhere. You can like there's millions of mags all over the place. You can pick up guns and
Yeah, like I don't know. There's
yeah,
something about. I guess it's almost like the idea like going in and like you're basically like scavenging in a sense for that first
a
bit.
bit, yeah.
And you're really struggling. Things are not ideal. And then once
Hmm.
you get like your ideal loadout, and it's like, okay, well now what if we threw Gluhar and other bosses also at you, and more black. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like it's just pure chaos. You gotta like figure things out. It looks, it looks, it looks like something I want to do at some point. Probably not gonna
Yeah, I don't.
speed run to it, but yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to play it solo either. I don't believe. I think you can play it with multiple people. I think you can play with like a
Oh,
team.
that sounds really
As far as I
intriguing.
understand it. So far, we've only ever seen people do it solo because they've been like grinding and pushing through. But I believe that you can take multiple people. If everybody has like the ticket, you can all go in at once. I think. Did you see the very first run? By the way, he like went right up to the did the ticket. They said like come forwards. He came to the front gate, and while he was in the extract bit, he like equipped his gun back on or something, and they just instantly shot him.
I did not see that.
Because you have to like put your gun away, so he had his gun in his bag, and he's just like, "Oh, I may as well like equip it for the next part." And literally, the moment it dropped in the slot, they instantly headshot him from the machine gun.
Very
It
on
was like,
point BSG stuff. Yeah,
yeah, it was just like, okay, do not equip the stuff. So that was the first run. The first run died in the transit timer,
that's rough.
which is crazy. Um,
I'm not gonna lie. I played Shoreline right just before the cast. I was doing some whatever task, and I saw the gunners up on the MGs, and I was really tempted to take a shot at it. I was like trying my. It was tempting me so hard, Giga, and I was like, "No, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna shoot him, and then instantly Karma's gonna come for me and kill me instantly."
I don't know whether I think you can kill them and get away with it if you're like really far away and then you hide. I think because I
Yeah.
do think they kind of aimbot you from like a long way. But if you are behind, I'm not sure. There might be a way to kill them, and I don't think you can get over and loot them or anything like that. That'd be crazy.
Right.
But I do think there is a way. I think I've heard of a way of doing that, but like,
Mm.
there's not really much point as far as I understand it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so the other thing is that somebody else apparently has escaped as well. So there's been the
Mhm.
first good ending. So it takes out the second ending, as far as I understand it. It says four. Texas Survivor one is the one where you escape, but Tarkov like burns behind you. I think there's another three. One which is the good ending, the best ending. I think is it called like For Humanity? Is that what it says there?
Mhm. Yeah. For
And
humanity.
I believe so. This is on PvP as well, and this is a Chinese streamer who I believe has completed this one. And there's lots of people questioning because their stats are like ludicrous. To be frank, they're like
Mhm.
they're actually ludicrous. And the Very Bad Scav did like a bit of a breakdown on it
Mhm.
and about how like the guy does stream, but the way that maybe it was planned from the beginning. I don't know enough about it really, but I only read his breakdown. But basically, what he said was apparently, or it's called Savior, the best ending. I don't know, but and BSD did put it up and said that he looks legit, and so he's got like 83 KD, 93% survival rate. Right, remember this is in PvP, so this isn't PvE. But apparently, so he's a 10,000. This is what Very Bad Scav says. So he's done some research. 10,000 hour player with Prestige 4, so he's clearly good. Um, you can look at his overall stats, but he has a dedicated 5-man squad who
Oh
teamed up to
yeah.
push him
Well.
through.
Well,
So he
that.
had 4 other players basically
Yeah.
doing like protect the president on him to get to that level, right? Because they were doing like world first, like finish the thing,
Mhm.
whatever. So if you had like other good players, if you've got 4 other good players in raid protecting you, then that kind of makes a bit more sense, right? That's like it's like a unique play style. Like not many people do it that way. But if you're doing it for 1.0, it kind of makes sense. Um, so yeah, that is apparently the situation. I don't know any more about it. I mean, obviously it looks very
Mhm.
sus when you just look at the stats in a vacuum. But
Yes.
apparently is the winning run is like out there on the internet. You can go watch it. I think it's over on what's it called, like Bilibili or something.
Yeah.
The old whichever platform it is that the Chinese use to stream on. So that's the first like best escape, I believe. But I still can't find enough information about like what happens with the storyline on those other quests. That's why I kind of want to do a bit of it myself at least to like go and read through it because I think a lot of people are like maybe not really paying that much attention. And I quite like reading into the lore and stuff. To see actually like do we get any explainers or anything about what happened because there's
Maybe.
quite a lot of lore referenced previously within Tarkov. And it would be sort of a shame for it to become kind of like like the storyline is very like technical based. It's like, oh, you do this and you speak to this person, you speak to this person, speak to that, and you just have to do these tasks and then wait for 72 hours and all this stuff. It's just like that's fine, but like, does any of it have any actual like meaning? Is there like any actual real meaning behind it other than just like, oh, you escaped and Terra Group you handed in this random document and now TerraGroup have fallen because of that, or oh no, they didn't fall because you didn't do that quest line. But is it like really explain what's happening? I don't know. I'm not sure but people are going so fast through it at the moment. I don't think people are really focusing on it. So it could well be, but yeah, I'm not certain. But then at this point, I don't even know which way I want to do it. I guess you probably want to go for the best ending because it means that you have to complete all of the main story missions, and I probably want to do that. I suppose. I guess. Like some of the challenges that you have to do, though, I might go through and actually just see like what do you have to do, like what's the bottleneck? Do I want to make 500 mil rubles? Like no. Do I want to
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to hand in XYZ thing? Like not sure. So we'll see. We'll see what it ends up being like, and which one kind of looks like a path that's actually doable and interesting. Because like grinding 500 million rubles for me would not be fun, and I don't want to do things that are unfun.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like for me, I haven't really read any of the dialogue thus far. Like I just don't care. You know what I mean? It's just not why I played the game originally, and like you're just gonna have a hard time. You know what I mean? Like I'd just rather watch a YouTube video of someone else explaining the lore. Like I'm sorry, like that just
Yeah,
that's
I don't think they even really exist right now, but yeah, that would be good. Honestly, that would be good when somebody's gone through and pieced it all together, and all the dialogue is on the wiki, so you can go through and read them yourself, and rather
yeah.
than having to do it bit by bit in game.
Which
Because
also
I
makes
am
me kind of
interested. I do
worried
like that kind of stuff, but
because I've just like clicked through every dialogue thus far, so like I might already be set on course for something. So, but like you know what, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly, exactly. But look, it's fun. It's cool. People can actually escape. It's kind of neat. Once you escape, you have to either reset your account manually or prestige,
Mm-hmm. To
or I
be
guess
able
wait for
to
wipe.
try, to be able to escape again. Essentially, is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. But I guess
Yeah.
there's no wipe on this character, so yes, you either have to prestige or wipe it. So I think Tiggs was going to go do prestige to get to 5, and then try it again with a different ending, something like that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll get onto it at some point. Got to do Kappa first, though. I want to do Kappa first
Mm-hmm.
before we do anything else. Like doing some of the other endings, it's like you need Intel Center 3 and like all sorts of random stuff, or like hand in
Mm.
40 bitcoins and all of this gumph. So it's like, well, you kind of need to be set up to do a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I
You can go
mean,
so far with the
yeah,
story, but then as soon as it's just like, oh, go and fetch this thing, go and fetch that thing. Oh, maybe it would be quite useful to have Intel Center 3. I'm like, well, that was a leap. Like, it basically, it effectively doesn't really want me to do it now. It wants me to play, 200 hours of the game to get max hideout before I can progress with this quest line. It's like kind of lame, but it is
yeah.
what it is. So I'm happy to leave it for now.
Like I
On TV.
said, for me, it's gonna be something that's like much more long term goal. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
which I think you're kind of in the same territory,
Mm,
longer ish. But like, yeah, I mean, if
exactly.
you're a lot of people want to be the first, I get it, but I just I couldn't do like what Tiggs did. Honestly, I just don't have the. I'm not tough enough. You know, I'm not built tough like that.
It's tough. It's
I
tough.
someone I don't know who someone has put me on to the word tough. I don't know where I got it from. Probably somewhere on internet.
That
Somewhere.
was like, I don't know where it came from before, but I know Tiggs is using it a lot in his stream.
Yeah, and then like Tiggs brought it up, and it's like it popped back into my consciousness, and now I'm just constantly saying tough, and like it's just I don't know. It's just I don't even know. There's a really funny
Yeah.
gif I like of this like cat, and then the cat puts its paw on the camera and then pulls back, and it's got like a chain, you know, like a chain link chain around them, and it's like
Mm.
looking all tough, like it's just so funny.
Oh, I love it.
All
Yeah,
right,
so well, we'll see. Maybe we'll get a bit more information on. I think people are now starting to build flowcharts to the storyline and stuff. So I'll have a look into that for maybe next week and figure out what's going on. Hopefully, I'll be that much closer to Kappa, and yeah, we'll just take it from there.
sounds
Take it
good.
from there.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will look forward to seeing you next week.
Catch you later.